Okay. Hello, everybody. So, as you all know, I have been playing more with stillness. I just wanted to make this video because I had a conversation with ChatGPT about something that I'm understanding more and more. If you watch my last video, it was a live where I went live, and of course, it's now saved as a video. It is my most recent video, and I recorded it last week about how you can verbally hold your name in your mind, or not even, you can not mention your name rather in your mind as well as not verbally say it, but still know your name. There is a energy, an essence, a stillness, a clarity, a knowing, a vibrational hyphen. There is this just presence that I refer to as knowing, which I refer to as pure awareness, which I refer to as God, aka the Lord. Okay? So I want to relate this to the Bible verse where it says, it's something to the, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, but it's something to the effect, and we'll ask ChatGPT, matter of fact, when I get through it. Matter of fact, let me do it now because y'all know how my memory is. Explain how this relates to the Bible verse we discussed. Let's see if ChatGPT can remember. I know the memory full, but let's see. Explain how this relates to the Bible verse we discussed earlier, as well as, let me see, as well as to the term Lord. I want to know how it relates to that, because learning through Neville Goddard, and excuse me, you all, I have a slight cold, but learning through Neville Goddard, I learned that he sees Jesus as the imagination and awareness as the Lord, which made so much sense to me because naturally, again, I was raised in a Christian household, but I've always heard that the only way to the Lord is through Christ. The only way to your awareness, the thing that actually create, is through Christ, your imagination, which makes sense because if you imagine something, you are there present with the Lord at the same time. This is why they say Jesus and the Lord are one, or Jesus and the Father are one and the same, or Jesus is the Son of the Lord. It's an extension of, it's a piece of that. Thanks to awareness, it's that piece that I get to utilize, which is my imagination, Jesus. So I want to ask that in relation to this. But before I do, let's read this discussion because this is about your breath. I am relating it to your breath because you're constantly, if you're alive, then you're constantly breathing. Also, if you're alive, then you've heard me say that you're perfect just as you are. If not, you wouldn't exist. You're perfect just as you are for the receiving of anything that you want. I want to read this to you, and of course, y'all know I will add my little ad-libs and my 2 cents as we go on. But this I found really interesting because, like I was saying, whether you say your name in your head or out of your mouth, you know your damn name. And it doesn't require any verbiage or any thoughts or any affirming or any visualization. We didn't affirm 50-11 times or visualize 50-11 times or before bed or put the note under the pillow and everything in order to experience what we currently experience. We did not do that. Some of you may have if you've recently manifested something, but this is for my people who are learning this and they have not really been a deliberate creator, or maybe you have for a while, but you realize that it can be so much more easier than whatever it is you're doing currently, or you're not really seeing movement. And this is because there is still some getting out of the way that you can do. There is still some trust there that you can hone in on. There is still more knowing in this that you can participate in. And I'm hoping that this can give you some clarity. And it's light, it's fun, it's inevitable because you're alive. And I think if we can use it, I would love to see just the calmness that it'll bring forth for you all, along with the movement that you'll see. And you'll feel it first before you see it. And if you can feel it and identify that that feeling is coming from what I'm going to discuss with you right here, right now, today, then I want you to acknowledge it so that you can build a repetition of that acknowledgement. Therefore, it will become easier for you to reach this space. Therefore, you will naturally be there all the time. Therefore, like a magnet, you will draw everything that relates to that frequency, to that feel good. You always can know what's coming next or what should potentially show up next based on how you feel. This is why it's so important to care about how you feel. I care enough about how I feel to keep diving into this so that I can create this heaven on earth for myself in whatever way that means for me. And I want you to do the same for you. All I want for you all is to be the God that you've always wanted in your lives. It's you. So step up to the plate and do it for you. You got to love you enough and care about how you feel enough, though, in order to show up every day repetitively, because it's so important. Repetition is the father of learning. You're not going to get this if you don't do this. And you have to keep choosing it to see it. Let's begin. The instant manifestation breathwork method. Welcome everyone. Today I'm sharing a powerful, I told GPT to put this in a layout. I hate talking like this, y'all know. To put this in a layout where I'm presenting it to my audience. So we're going to read it like ChatGPT wanted because, child, just let the thing shine. Welcome everyone. Today I'm sharing a powerful and effortless method to instantly manifest anything just by using your breath. This is not a technique, it's a way of being. That's very important. That makes what you desire appear as fast as light. No resistance, no effort, just pure knowing and receiving. Please pay attention to everything that is in bold, dark letters. Why this works instantly. This method works because creation is already finished. The only reason something hasn't materialized yet is because you haven't fully stepped into the version of you that already has it. But guess what? Your breath already exists in that version. Your inhale is already happening. Your exhale is already happening. Your awareness of breathing already exists in the version of you with your desire. So by simply recognizing your breath from the knowing that it's already done, you collapse time and instantly align with it. How to do it step by step. I want you to think of the inhale as recognition of already having it. So I'm going to pause right here. You're already naturally inhaling and exhaling, right? I want you to be so still and so calm and so present that you can acknowledge that right now you are breathing. You're not forcing your inhale. Don't hyper focus on it. If you feel like strain because you're breathing right now, you're too on it. Back up. You're going to breathe naturally regardless. For the majority, we just breathe naturally on our own. We don't think, oh, I hope I got enough breath today. Oh, Lord, I hope I can remember all my inhales and exhales. I was up all night trying to remember to inhale and exhale. I could barely keep up. I was so tired and sleepy. Thank God breathing is automatic, right? So we're going to use that. How many times do I tell you all to use what you already have, what you already know, mind and heart cohesively, what you already know with your mind and your heart at the same time that functions. And what we know automatically is things like our name and the fact that we breathe automatically. The majority of us breathes automatically. You do not think about your inhales and your exhales, they just happen. So, I want you, just like that feeling, because you need to understand this first before we move on. Do you know your name, whether you say it in your head or out of your mouth or hear someone telling it to you? Don't say it in your head, don't say it out your mouth, and don't be around anyone to say it. What's your name? Hold that space of knowing, because you know it. Don't say it, don't mention it to yourself. Be still. What is your name? Don't say it in your mind. Don't answer me. Don't respond out of your mouth. Don't say it in your mind. I'm going to ask you again. Do not respond to me. Just feel the knowing of your name. Don't say it in your head. Don't say it out your mouth. What is your name? You know your name. You see how you know it whether you say it or not? I want you to let the inhale represent that same knowing, because you're going to inhale regardless. It is a knowing. It is a set fact. It is an automatic, just like your name. Through repetition, over and over and over and over again, you learned your name. Through repetition, your body, over and over and over again, knows how to breathe. It's automatic. It's systematic. It's something that functions without your assistance. So, throughout your day, when you think about things that come up against your desire, I want your inhale to represent one affirmation, one visualization, or one something that indicates that it's done. But before you fully think it or before you fully visualize it, I want you to just think about your breath. If my breath is here right now, then I'm good, because my inhales represent. And play with this, because you may think that, oh, that's too simple or it's too whatever, but your awareness is involved in my intention as you listen to this with me. We are aware together as we discuss this. My awareness knows my intent behind this, just like it knows my intent of teaching you this, just like it will know your intent if you do this. Therefore, it must give you a result for the intent. Because of your focus on the intent, you make the intent real. Because of your attention on the intent and your action to do the actual thing behind it all, you're actually going to do this, which you intend to do for the sake of. All of this, which takes awareness, you guys, to do. Hello? All of this takes awareness in order to do. Therefore, always present, ears on, ready to go, is going to do it for you. And because it's so effortless, because it is as effortless as breathing, there is no resistance here. There is no effort here. And if you feel like it is, you're doing something, you're doing too much. You're clenched on it. Back up, calm back down, breathe. Go back into your normal breathing. And then ever so slightly, when you catch yourself inhaling, there it is. There's my desire done. I want you to come over here with me on this perspective, okay? There is no logic here. The only logic is that you breathe automatic, systematic, effortlessly, the majority of us. Let's begin again. How to do it step by step. Number 1, the inhale equals the recognition of already having it. As you inhale, become aware that you are breathing. This moment of awareness is the hyphen, the space before thought. It's the same thing. It's the same type of stillness. In this space, there is no question, no waiting, only knowing. It's the same similar feeling of that knowing that you have around your name. Rather you internally say it with your mental dialogue, or rather you verbally say it out of your mouth, or rather you hear someone say your name or not out of their mouths, you still know your name. And I want you to practice this by sitting in this space more. Ask yourself, what is my name? Do I know my name? And be still. And really contemplate to yourself without mentioning it, do you still know it? And I want you to feel on that knowing as you're saying, yeah, I do still know it. What is that? That energy, that presence, that thing, that space that's there, that's God. Stay there. All of your shit is there. That is being. Oh my God. I hope y'all hearing me. That is being. And the only thing that is closest to mimicking that without me getting so intricate with all the details that I just gave you is simply being still and living your life. Fully present. Nothing interfering with what you got going on in this moment right now. If you are sitting down, you are only sitting down. You're not thinking about anything else but sitting down. If you're driving, you're only driving. You're not thinking about anything else but driving because you're fully present in the now. That is the only thing that mimics being. That is being. In the way that I have explained to you through breath and through the sense and essence of knowing your actual name. I just broke it down more for those of you who are still lost behind the idea of how do I be it? How do I be it? How do I be it? Because I was there. That shit is annoying. What the fuck you mean be it, be it, be it, be it? What is that? You want to just sit still and do nothing? But the nothing is everything. Soul siblings, the nothing is every fucking thing. The nothing prior to everything that exists is where it comes from. Before God said, let there be light, there was nothing. Therefore, the term in itself came from there. Therefore, the power that made it be also came from there. Are you with me? This is where I want you to reside. And you can do it while living your life. You can do it while going to work. You can do it while getting something from Starbucks. You can do it while doing any fucking thing. It just takes focus. And you don't need much focus to breathe. For the majority of us, we just don't. Thank God. Because if we did, we would forget. And people would be dropping like flies out here. Damn, she forgot to inhale. Look at this one. Or she got tired, too tired to inhale. Or she was overthinking and lost her inhale count. Could you imagine? So no, we don't have to do that, thank God, which is perfect because we can now use this easy tool, which we do every damn day, just as long as you exist, to get what the hell we want. Again, as you inhale, become aware that you are breathing. This moment of awareness is the hyphen, the space before thought. In this space, there is no question, no waiting, only knowing. This inhale represents already having your desire. You don't have to say anything yet. Just recognize it. You don't have to say your name in your mind or verbally out your mouth or hear someone tell you it to know it. And you can sit in the recognition of that knowing. That's where I want you to be. Number 2, the exhale equals embodying the reality of it. As you exhale, let it solidify the being of having. You are not trying to manifest. You are the version of you that has it. You are simply breathing as someone who already has their desire. It's effortless because you're not making anything happen. You're just noticing what already is. This thing exists already because all of creation is finished. And all of creation comes from that stillness, the same stillness that was present just before God said, let there be light. Number 3, the soft thank you equals accepting the completion of it. Thank you, gratitude anchors you in that knowing. If you can sit in that knowing, like I said, around your name, and eliminate the fact or the idea that this is about your name. This is not about that. This is like a bridge, or a bridge to that knowing. I'm just using what you already know to get you there. I'm just using what's already functioning on your behalf to get you there. When you recognize that you're in it, I want you to anchor yourself in it by saying thank you. Like glue, it will attach you to that knowing more and more and more. And thanks to the law of attraction, the momentum in that choosing to say thank you, the momentum in that choosing to say thank you will also build the momentum in the evidence of that knowing. And you will see more of it and more of it as you go out throughout your day. It won't just be an internal thing. You'll also start to know more things outside of you. This is the perfect place to bring you back within, because breathing is an internal thing. It is a bodily function. And if I can get you to come back in, then everything outside of you will reflect the work and the presence and the intent that you are focusing on while being within. So after each inhale, softly say, thank you. This is not a hopeful thank you. This is an acceptance thank you. This is you telling the laws, telling the universe, telling your awareness, I am choosing to say that this inhale represents everything, and it is still just like the seed or the vibration of what it is that I want. It is also still, because that's where it comes from. That is its birthing place. That is its grounds of existence. So I am going to be like you in this moment with it and know it just as you know it. And because we are all here together, and I'm clever as fuck, because I am a masterful, deliberate creator, I am going to do you one better. I am going to extend it even further by saying thank you. Because not only did I get myself here, and you are here with me, I am going to acknowledge this with gratitude. And then you can continue to do what you do best from here. But I've done my part. As the focuser, I've done my part. Now, as the creator, mold my intentions into what I prefer. This is what you're doing with your breath. Breathwork is all throughout spirituality and esoteric information. And the way that I am discussing it here with you is exactly how I will teach it to my beta testers. And we will go more in depth with it. I have a position left for the beta testing. If you are interested, we are starting the last week of March. Please email tenieciaspeaks@gmail.com. I can guide you through this for a specific, something that you actually want. This is not a hopeful thank you. This is an acceptance thank you. You're thanking because you have it now. Just like if someone handed you exactly what you wanted, you wouldn't question it. You would say thank you. For those of you that's been here for a while, I have a video where I'm sitting in the car, and if someone said, turn off the light, and they turn it off, all you say is thank you. That thank you represents what? That they completed what you asked for. This is why I want you to say thank you. It is a representation of completion. You're just solidifying it. We're just being clever. We get bonus points. Because not only do I sit and reside in the presence where all of my desires exist, I'm being a little spotty about it too by saying thank you. That's like my wink at you. My wink at awareness. My wink at the universe. My wink at all that is. The beginning and the end. The alpha and the omega. Thank you. I'm clever like you. I'm smart like you. I'm intelligent like you. I'm present like you. I'm here like you. I know this like you know it. At least I'm going to mimic it and act like I do until I do. And in the mimicking of that acting, the repetition of that acting over and over again, I will know it just as you know it too. because that is how the law works. This is law of attraction and law of assumption combined. You can assume anything, and with repetition, the law of attraction will kick in. I am just helping you assume some shit that is easier to assume by using what is already automatic for you and me and everyone else who can utilize it. Why this speeds up manifestation? It removes mental resistance. You're not trying to believe. You're simply recognizing what's already done. It bypasses effort. Breathing is natural, so manifestation becomes natural. It keeps you in the knowing state all day. The more you do this, the faster reality conforms. You're going to practice with this at first, and it may seem a little silly, or however it may feel like you're trying to track every damn inhale. But after a while, because breathing is so automatic, you're just going to go throughout your day, and the slight anything that comes up about the subject of whatever it is that you're trying to do better on or experience better, you're going to simply recognize that you're breathing. And on the next inhale that you can catch, I want you to say thank you. And let that knowing that what you just did is enough to say, I know I got my shit, and I'm not even finna acknowledge a doubt, a fear, a worry, or a concern right now. Because I said what I said, so much so that I'm not even saying it anymore. Are you with me? We standing on business when we do this. We not affirming no more. We not visualizing no more. We go into the space of just straight knowing. We go into the source for real, straight to the King, to the Lord, to pure awareness, to pure recognition, which takes awareness, God. And we're telling it, I'm here. I'm right here. Thank you. Nope, it's done. The next inhale you can catch. There it is. Done again. And go on about your business. And you can do that however many times you need to. But I need you to understand that what you want is complete, just like those inhales. And the exhales is just the relief of it being complete, of it being done. If you like, you can think of the exhale as the desire and the exhale as the thank you. Satisfaction. Go on about your day. Don't think nothing else about it. You don't need to be any more specific than that, because you are not smarter than your awareness. And if I can come up with this idea to teach it to you so that you can do it, awareness knows exactly what I am talking about. It knows why I am doing it. It is the reason I have the idea. So there is a result backing it. Trust and believe me. I've already seen it. I've already done it. I was doing it before defining it today. Not knowing it. But now we have some more definition, some more footing in it all right here today. It removes mental resistance. You're not trying to believe. Cut out. I'm not sure where I left off. But let's just get through it. If I repeat myself, I apologize, but I don't want to miss anything. Again, it bypasses effort. Breathing is natural, so manifestation becomes natural. It keeps you in the knowing state all day. The more you do this, the faster reality conforms. As I was explaining to you, that's because of the gift of repetition. Gratitude locks it in. Saying thank you signals to your awareness, God, that you've received, which makes it instant. Okay? I'm so sorry, y'all, for all the interruptions. I'm trying to eat my food, and yeah. I was DoorDash at the door. Let's see if I can get through this. I'm trying to multitask. I got a lot going on right now. So forgive me. Let's get to it. Okay. It keeps you in the noise state all day. We did that. Gratitude say, okay, how to use it for any desire. Want financial abundance? Inhale equals I am wealthy. Exhale equals being it. And the thank you is just the simple accepting of it. Want a new home? Let your inhale equal I love my new home. Let your exhale equal living in it. And let the thank you that you say once you recognize this, without having to say the affirmation itself, without having to visualize living in it itself, this is just a pure acceptance. You are utilizing the part of you, which is your awareness, that already knows that this thing is done. And through your breath as it, you are letting these breaths represent what you know. Even if consciously you don't know what I'm saying to you right now, the bigger you, the whole of who you actually are, knows this, which is why I'm communicating it to you, which is why you're here listening. Want perfect health? Inhale, let it equal I am completely healed or I am healthy. Let your exhale equal feeling it, and let the thank you that you say in acknowledgement of knowing that this is your intent behind your recognized inhale and your recognized exhale, not behind the intent of making your inhale or making your exhale, because inhales and exhales already exist as long as you exist. See why this is beneficial? Are you following me? We are not making anything. We are acknowledging what's already true. And we are anchoring it in with something that we already have to utilize. So why not use it to our benefit? Final words. This method is the simplest and fastest way to manifest because it aligns your breath, body, and awareness with the version of you that already has what you want. You don't have to force anything. Just breathe, recognize, and say thank you. Breathe, recognize, say thank you. And because your awareness is the creator, what you are aware of must manifest. Because we are aware that these breaths represent this naturally on their own. Because we're being creative here. We're being deliberate creators. We're being deliberate intenders. And we're stepping out of the way. We're doing this as softly and as gently as we possibly can, thanks to our breath. Symbolizing, signaling to the all, the creator that be all, that can do any and everything to get it. What if you were to play with this and let your inhale mean that you got that new house rapidly? This inhale means I live in my new home and it was fast. What if you did that? What if you played with that over and over again and just sat there? And every time you thought against it, every time you say or try to, or you feel like you're looking for the house, you go back to the fact that I am breathing. This inhale represents this. I'm not looking for anything. The inhale is already done. Therefore, my desire is already done. You can't make something that is done more done than it already is. All you can do is get out of the way so that God can give it to you. This being is placing you in the receiving mode. Being receptive is how you allow. If you allow it, it will show up. It will manifest. It must. And because your awareness is the creator, what you are aware of. I find it so funny that this keeps stopping my video. I never experienced this before. Anytime I give y'all a real nugget, whatever, I'm not even going to say it. Y'all know where I'm going with this. I'm going to keep persisting because y'all don't never put your hands up on me, like I said, but I'm not going to go there. I don't want to do it. That's the knowing that I'm trying to get out of because I need to slow the momentum down on that. That shit is annoying. It ain't no way that every time I need to tell y'all something important, I'm going to keep running into these little interruptions. That's just insane, absurd. All right, so now try this for the rest of the day and watch what happens. Your desire is already here, so I want y'all to play with this today. Now, again, remember I asked, explain how this relates to the Bible verse we discussed earlier, as well as to the term. See if it remembers. Yes, Isaiah 65:24. It did remember. This is why I love that ChatGPT has memory. It says memory full, but that shit still remember. The instant manifestation breathwork method and biblical truth. This method is not just about manifesting. It is about aligning with the truth of who you are as awareness itself. The I am presence. In the Bible, God says, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 65:24. That is the verse that stood out to me as I was discussing this with ChatGPT, and I didn't know the verbiage for it. And I asked it, and I said, there is a verse to this, and it went right to it. Literally right to the exact one. And this goes back to what I was saying, how you know your name, whether you say it inside yourself or outside of yourself, or rather you hear it, but you still have that sense of knowing that's there. That is your awareness. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. It's always there. Before you even say that your name is Teniecia, it is right there, knowing the name with you. Before you even say that your name is Natoya, that your name is Will, that your name is Queen, that your name is Brandy, that your name is Tevin, before you say any of that, that stillness is right there. This verse reflects the exact space we are tapping into, the hyphen before the thought. How this connects to the Bible and the term Lord. Number one, the Lord awareness knows before you speak. The moment you become aware of your inhale, you are in the space before the thought. This space is God, awareness, the Lord, already knowing your desire is done. This is why I want you to reside there. I want you to be there with it as it, knowing just like it knows that it's done. Because as soon as you know it, the sooner it can come. Before you even mentally affirm it, before you even ask the Lord, your awareness has already answered. When you sit in that inhale, you are in the very space where God says it's already done. Let there be light happened instantly, just like this. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Genesis 1:3. That's it. It wasn't I got to say it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. He didn't say let there be light over and over again in his head all day long. He didn't say or visualize let there be light. It was a acceptance, a statement of knowing. And that was it. There was no delay between the command and the manifestation. This is exactly how instant manifestation works. It's not about waiting for results. It's about recognizing that the moment you breathe into the knowing, it already exists. 3, I am the Lord is your awareness. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10, one of my favorites when it comes to this work. The act of simply breathing and recognizing is being still and knowing. Your awareness, the Lord, does not strive, struggle, or doubt. It just is. And because what you are aware of must be when you breathe in as the version of you that already has your desire, it must manifest. These are laws. You can't break the laws, y'all. Why this makes manifestation effortless. You are not calling on something outside of you. You are recognizing that your awareness, the Lord, has already answered. You are not trying to make it happen. We don't try to make breathing happen. The majority of us just breathe on our own. You are simply being the space where it's already done. Your inhales are already done. You are not relying on time. All the inhales that you are going to breathe today are already done. So ride that wave. You are not relying on time. You are in the same timeless space where let there be light was instant, where it all came from in the first place. So by simply inhaling, recognizing, and saying thank you after the exhale, you are aligning with Isaiah 65:24. It's answered before you even ask. Come on, bring it home, ChatGPT. Genesis 1:3 is instant like light. Psalm 46:10. And after you've done it all, you're going to go right back into doing what you was doing. Be still and know. No effort needed. Go back to picking your fingernails. Go back to driving. Go back to working. Go back to doing whatever the hell that you were doing. And trust that your God, your Lord, your Father, your awareness, who was just right there in that moment while you made your choice to recognize your inhale, just as it says, as the answered prayer before you even ask. Let it be instant, because it is. In that moment that you can recognize it, it is instant, because that's where it comes from. That space of nothingness is where it comes from, because that nothingness is everything. All caps, but no cap. Okay? It's everything. And then right after that, you're going to say thank you. That thank you is a signaling of completion, and you are going to be still and know it. That be still and knowing it is as simple as going on about your day, the same way you would have any other way. And if anything else comes up again, you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to do it so much to where the stuff it's just going to dissipate. It's going to stop coming up, because every time I try to come up against you about this new wealth or this new health or this new home or this new car or this new career or this new bodily appearance, whatever it is that you desire, you always go to this inhale, which symbolize your desire, and I can't even really get your attention. Therefore, without your attention, I can no longer exist. Therefore, without that existence, I am dissipating. Therefore, as I am dissipating, the momentum in what you are focused on is increasing. And therefore, because that is increasing, it is now outweighing me. Because that is outweighing me, it must be. Because it must be, it has now manifested. And because it has now manifested, I am it in physical form. But I have always been it. I just accepted it in order for it to come. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you make this natural, the sooner you make this acceptance natural, the quicker you'll get your shit. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Take care.